Welcome dear friends. In this video, I would like to discuss a rule of law index and India's place in the world scenario. World Justice Project has made a wonderful survey, and in that survey, it has decided which country has achieved the rule of law in a positive way, in a very strict way. According to this World Justice Project, the rule of law is defined in three aspects. The first one is accountability. Accountability of the government. How far the government accountable and answerable to the people in each and every aspect of its administration. And the second one is accessibility. How far the people have the access to law and justice. And that too by the competent authority. How far they have got the justice. And the next one is protection of human rights and fundamental rights, because the basic feature of our Indian constitution is a rule of law. That means justice must be done. Though there is a blow from the heaven, justice must be done. How far it is done. So this is the criteria as per this World Justice Project, and it has decided the ranking of different countries in the world on the basis of some parameters. The parameters are eight in brief. The first one is constraint on the government. That means whether the government is limited or unlimited. That is called constraint on the government. Our parliament is limited. We follow the doctrine of limitation in each and every administration. The government is limited, parliament, and at the same time, even judiciary has some restriction, restraint, judicial restraint we can call. So that will be observed. The second criteria parameter is absence of corruption. How far the corruption, whether the corruption is in a full swing or a middle stage, or completely absence of corruption or not. So that will be tested and observed. And the next third one is open government. Open government means nothing but transparency in the administration. And the fourth one is protection of fundamental rights and human rights. As I told you earlier, this is the most important aspect, protection of rights, and law and order and security by the government. How far the law and order is being followed systematically. Then next, enforcement. Sixth one is enforcement. How far we have piled up a number of laws, but how far the laws, the principles of laws, have been applied systematically, whether the rules and regulations of the law have been applied or not, enforced or not in the court of law. That will be tested, observed. The seventh one is civil justice, eighth one is criminal justice. So in civil and criminal justice, so far country has made miracles, achievements, great achievements in a positive sense. So, based on these parameters, they decide whether the country has been successful in achieving the rule of law or not. This is called price rule of law index. And this World Justice Project made a survey in 2020. In that survey, according to the data, out of 128 countries, our India has got 69th place in 2020, whereas in October 2025, the latest data reveals that out of 143 countries, our India has stood at 86th place. It has got not even 50 in the from the top level. Whereas America, United States of America, has got 27th place, at least top 20, 50 they have got. So thereby we can imagine how far the justice or the rule of law has been observed systematically in our country, because constitution is the ultimate law of the land, and it has given incorporated, or it has incorporated the most important element, that is the power of the people, sovereign power, that too sovereign power of the people, as said by John Marshall. When the constitution has given the sovereign power of the people, their rights must be protected. When their rights are protected, justice is protected. Justice is done. And that is why James Wilson also says that all government derive their authority, power only from the consent of the people. So people are sovereign, and people are the most important factor in any government for that matter, where the country follows strictly, where the country follows the constitution strictly or systematically. And this is the same thing Aquinas, John Aquinas also says, the great legal thinker. He says that it is the law and justice must serve the common good of the entire community. The same thing we say in our Vedas also. Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu. That all people must enjoy, they must have the righteous life, and justice must be fair and just at the same time. So this can be achieved only when we have the frauds of philosophy. If you just read the law thoroughly, that's what Emerson says. If you study, if you pursue, if law is pursued for enough, there is a way for philosophy, Emerson says. And Professor Fuller also says that law and values are not separate identities, they are one and the same, they are integral parts. That means law and justice, or law and values, are to be integrated. When law is integrated with value, justice will automatically come. Fair justice and good justice. Just justice must be just and fair. What that Rawls says, that will be done. So it is in the hands of the lawyers. It is in the hands of the jurists, also judges, of course, to bring a justice from law. D.Y., our former Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud says, when he was delivering one beautiful lecture in SGT University, some time back, he said like this. He categorized lawyers into three types. There are three types of lawyers, he said. The first category, some who do nothing but the law. That means accepting law, they do nothing. That means they will be always sticking on to the principles of law, not even principles, sections, articles of the constitution, sections of different laws. Accepting law, they can't do anything. Whereas some means some lawyers, some who do something apart from law. So they follow law, but apart from that law, they do some miracle, some achievement, some good thing. That means their originality, original thinking, original reflections. Second category. Third category, those who do everything but the law. Yeah, very interesting. They do everything. Some lawyers, they do lot of miracles. We can't even imagine, we can't even expect. They do everything but the law. That means accepting law. They don't touch upon law, the principles of law. They don't care for this law. But out of their talent, skill, sagacity, they do a lot of miracles. Another category. So what we have to understand from this is that it is in the hands of the advocates, particularly catering to the needs of the people and also the felt necessities of the times. If they follow like that, the lawyers, if they follow like that, they can bring about law from, they bring about justice from the law. This is what is needed. So what we have to understand from this is that law and values are integrated, and justice and law must be integrated. So justice must be done. Though there is a blue from the heaven, justice must be done. And this justice is expected, particularly observed in the rule of law. This is about rule of law index. Thank you very much for watching. If you like it, encourage me by subscribing or liking it. Thank you.